Alright, we'll take 4. Good morning, YouTube. Spirit Smoker here. Out on my porch today, enjoying a nice hot summer morning. It's very humid. It's only gonna get hotter today, but I'm trying to enjoy it because for the rest of the day I'll be preparing for a party that we're having, which I'll get to in a minute. First things first is smoking my unfinished 7LE. It's aging really nicely, and in it is a Best of the Rest from Pipes and Cigars. Basically, anytime they have spare or just loose tobacco that they only have a little bit left of, they put it all in a tub, just the ounces that sort of add up over time. And they sell it in bulk packages of a pound. So I've gotten quite a lot of that over the years, and I tend to enjoy it. I don't smoke it that often anymore because I got it initially during the initial scare of the well, actually that wasn't the initial, but I got the most of it when they announced the FDA regulations on pipe tobacco and stuff like that. I started going crazy and buying all that stuff because it was so cheap, about 16, 17 bucks a pound. And like I said, I really quite enjoy it. There's always a different flavor to every bowl. This one I've been smoking probably for about 20 minutes or a half hour now. And it's gone from sweet to spicy. Right now it's sort of mellow. Not really sure what that is, but it's very, very good. It almost has like a vanilla note to it, maybe. It's good. So this party that we're having, it's a housewarming party to celebrate the new house and our engagement. This one's nothing formal. It's just some family and friends, and we invited our coworkers, from whom we have heard nothing as to who's going to be showing up. So the joke has been basically that we could have 5 people or 50 people. We don't know. It's weird because it's on a Sunday. So, and it's also weird because in order to accommodate the coworkers, the people on different shifts, we're running it from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. So a 12-hour window of people showing up. I should probably get some more propane for my my grill, because that's going to be a while for that thing to be running. But lots of beer, lots of booze, lots of food. It'll be a good time anyway. Very, very, very relaxing morning this morning, thank goodness. So I've got a quick story for you guys. Happened at work a couple weeks ago. If you're friends with me on Facebook, you probably saw it. So a couple weeks ago at work, I'm working with another officer. So she calls me over to let me know that there's an injured animal. She needs my assistance. So I drive over, and I see in front of her cruiser there's a hawk standing on the ground. Just standing there, not moving, kind of looking around a little bit, that's about it. And the front of her cruiser is probably 5-7 feet away from the thing. So I've always had sort of an affinity for raptors, especially birds of prey, hawks, owls, eagles, that kind of thing, falcons. So when I saw that, I was like, cool. So we called up this raptor expert who rehabilitates raptors in our area, and he said that he would like to take it in, but that we have to get it first. He doesn't capture them because he'd be spending all day doing that. So he said just grab a cloth or blanket or something, throw it over it, and you'll be able to pick it up just fine. So I had my Kevlar gloves on, so the only thing we could find to do this was a small traffic vest, bright yellow, with reflecting stuff all over it. And it was like, well, wonderful, so this thing, it's not going to see us coming. Turns out it wouldn't really have mattered what color it was. The hawk was so dazed and confused, just looking all over the place. When he tried to fly, he kind of went in like a figure eight, like hopping on the ground. Sort of sad to watch, actually. Then all of a sudden he would stop and he would look to one side, not even at me, just somewhere, and start like shaking and slowly, like very slow motion, start falling over to his side. And all of a sudden he'd jump up again and, look around a while. It was absolutely bizarre. I thought maybe he hit his head, flew into a tree, or, flew into something. But, so, long and short of it, I was able to sneak up behind him and throw the vest over him, and I knew, because I have birds, that once you cover a bird's eyes, they really just kind of mellow out. So I did. I covered his eyes with the vest, and he did. He just kind of became extremely docile, very easily handled. Picked him right up, brought him to the back of the cruiser, informed dispatch that I had one red-tailed hawk in custody, and then brought him to the station where we agreed to meet the guy. So I'm driving real slow, real careful, try not to go over too many bumps. Well, it's on a dirt road, that area is, so inevitably I went over a few bumps, and the vest came off of his eyes, and he kind of perked up and looked around and was like, the look on his face was, where the fuck am I? So, started hopping all over the place and freaking out a little bit. That's why I put him in the back of the cruiser, so that he couldn't get to me, because he still had a sharp beak and really sharp claws. So I wasn't about to have any fun with that. Got him at the station, and about 20 minutes later, the guy shows up. Gets out of his truck kind of peeks in the back seat of the cruiser, gets an idea for where the hawk is, goes to the back of his truck and grabs a huge welder's glove, big leather welder's glove. Walks over. I open up the cruiser door. He kind of steps, in it a little bit. Just goes right on top of the bird. Sort of pins it, not hurting it or anything like that, because they're actually a lot hardier than you think. Pins it, and then takes the other hand and he kind of cups its wings and slides the wings down to the tail and grabs it there, along with the legs. So this thing is basically, it looks like a football with a head at this point. Actually, I described it as it kind of looked like a Nerf football. And he's like looking around. I don't think he even cared a whole lot because he was just so out of it. So he kind of looks the bird over a little bit, and he said, "Yeah, I've seen this a lot this year." So what do you think it is? And he said, "Well, big problem with West Nile this year, with hawks." So that made me feel really good because when I was trying to catch him, I had mosquitoes biting me like crazy. So, that was a great part of my day, hearing that. But basically, he looked them over, said he'll be able to give them a shot, and it'll be like a 50-50 chance whether or not it takes effect. So he puts him in his car, or in his truck rather, and takes off. So it was a fun experience though. I got to handle a hawk, It was really, really neat. Been having a lot of wildlife stories from work lately, and it's like, I guess it's that time of year, but we've been seeing everything, depending on what campus I'm on, because we're on 3 different campuses. But some have, one of the campuses has just a ton of deer all over the place. The other one's got a family of foxes living on it. The other one that I typically work at is just like a huge plethora of wildlife. Raccoons and hawks and, the occasional fox and stuff like that, which is weird because it's in a city. But a lot of fun nonetheless. So, wish us luck with this whole party thing tomorrow, guys. I'll try to make a video on Monday, let you know how it went. But for now, I'm going to try to enjoy the rest of this bowl. Enjoy the relaxing part of my days off. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks so much for watching. Have a great day.